Hi, I'm Mitch Gallagher. Welcome to Sweetwater's Guitars and Gear. This time out, a new series of boutique-style amplifiers from Marshall. Let's get started. Today we're checking out the Astoria line of amplifiers from Marshall. There are 3 amplifiers in the line, the Classic, the Custom, and the Dual, and I've got 2 of those for you to check out today, the Classic and the Custom. Each of the 3 amplifiers is available in 2 different form factors. They're available as a combo amplifier with a single 12-inch speaker, a Celestion creamback is loaded into that combo, or you can get them as a separate head and cabinet. Again, the cabinet features a creamback 1x12. The 3 amplifiers share some characteristics. For example, each of them is 30 watts, they're based around KT66 power tubes, and each of them has a power reduction feature that drops it down to 5 watts of output power. But there are some big differences between the amplifiers as well. The Classic is set up to be a vintage style amplifier. It's a low gain amplifier. You can push it into crunch and a little bit of overdrive, but it's never going to give you a high gain setting. When you move to the Custom amplifier, we have quite a bit more gain on tap there, as well as some extra features such as a built-in effects loop. The Dual amplifier is set up for 2 different channels, which is ideal if you need a channel switching setup for a live rig. We'll begin with the Classic. In this case, I have the head and the 1x12 cabinet. You can identify the Classic because it has a green and white finish. It's a very straightforward amplifier to operate. We have high and low sensitivity inputs, the high having 6 dB more of input gain than the low. Then we've got sensitivity and master controls that set up our volume and our input sensitivity. Now this is different than a gain control and a master volume control that you might have on another amplifier. In this case, the master volume really sets how hard you're driving the amplifier, while the sensitivity sets how hard you're hitting that input. It's not really a gain control, but it does set how hard your amplifier is hitting the front end of the amp. So let me show you what I mean. We'll set the master volume to 12 o'clock, and I'll turn the sensitivity all the way down. With the sensitivity turned down, we still have plenty of signal going through, but you're not going to be able to push the amplifier into breakup. It's going to remain clean no matter how hard you hit it. And this is good for certain pedals when you want to hit the input hard and not be pushing the amp itself into overdrive. Now I'll move the sensitivity up to 12 o'clock. Not a big difference there as far as volume goes, and certainly no more additional overdrive. We're really just hitting the front of the amplifier a little bit harder, a little bit fuller sounding. Now I'll turn the sensitivity up to 3 o'clock. With PAF-style humbuckers like I have in my guitar here, we're hitting the amplifier just hard enough to where it's just getting a little bit of an edge to it. It's not breaking up, we're not going into overdrive, but it's a round, fat sound. Now I'll turn sensitivity all the way up. At this setting, we're pushing the input hard. We're getting just a touch of breakup when we hit the guitar hard, which is really punching out of there. It's great for those rhythms that you really want to jump out of the speaker and cut through the band. To get any more gain out of this amplifier, we have to turn the master up, which means it's going to get louder as well. So I'm going to set the master to about 3 o'clock now. At this setting, we're pushing into overdrive territory, but we're getting it from the back end of the amplifier, so it's very dynamic and it's really punchy, not compressed sounding at all. With the master all the way up, we have a unique feature in the Classic, and that's that basically the master volume control is completely removed from the circuit. It's as if you're working with a non-master volume amplifier. So basically I've got this running wide open at this point, and it's really loud. For a 30-watt amplifier, it really punches hard. It's a fat, round sound with a lot of articulate top end. You can really hear the pick attack, and it's really going to cut through on stage. One other thing we need to talk about with the master volume control, and that's the built-in power reduction circuit. Now with the amplifier full up, basically the master is removed. If we pull out on the master volume control, we engage that power reduction circuit and drop things down to 5 watts. It's not a huge difference with the volume all the way up. As you turn the volume down, the difference becomes more apparent. But let's pull it out now and we'll check what it sounds like. So this is with the amp full on. With the power reduction engaged, the volume definitely drops down, but the sound also smooths out, makes it a little bit warmer sounding on the top end. Now with the master volume control, we can turn that down and get ourselves to a very comfortable listening level. Now you notice that the signal actually cleaned up when I did that, and that's because a lot of our breakup was coming from the back end of the amplifier or from the power tubes. And so as you turn that volume down, you're going to lose some of that overdrive. To get it back, just turn the master volume back up. The Classic also features 3-band EQ. We've got bass, mid, and treble controls, and they're very effective controls. As you adjust those, you can really tailor the sound the way that you want it. We've also got an edge control, which basically functions like a presence control and adjusts the brightness on the top end of the signal. Now those tone controls are very interactive, and they're also interactive with the master volume control and the sensitivity control. So as you're making your adjustments, you really have to adjust all the knobs simultaneously to dial in exactly what you want to hear. This makes the amplifier quite versatile. It works great with a humbucker equipped Les Paul like this. It's also great with a Stratocaster, a 335, whatever you want to plug in is going to sound great to this amplifier. It makes a wonderful clean platform for pedals as well. What you just heard is the custom Astoria amplifier, and this is a 1x12 combo design featuring a Celestian creamback. We've got 30 watts of output power, as with the Classic, again KT66 power tubes. We can switch the power down to 5 watts, so it has that same built-in power reduction circuit on the master volume control, but in this case we have quite a bit more gain, and we also have some modern convenience features. For example, we have a switchable effects loop built in, and we also have a foot-switchable boost on board. Once again, we have a 3-band EQ design with bass, mid, and treble controls, and those are in the preamp section. And as in the Classic, we also have that edge control, which is in the power amp section and controls the brightness of the amplifier. When you pull the treble control, we've got a built-in bright switch, and when you pull the gain control, we've got a body switch, which adds some girth or some thickness to the tone. So to begin, I have the master volume control set to about 2 o'clock, and I've got the gain control set to 12 o'clock. It's a fat, round-sounding amplifier with really articulate top end. It really slices through nicely. It's going to cut well in a mix. We've got a lot of sustain and a lot of dynamics. As with the Classic, this is a hand-wired amplifier, and you can really feel that in the dynamics. It's a boutique-style amplifier, definitely. Now let's check out some of the tone-shaping features in this amplifier. We'll listen to the body control first, and you engage that by pulling up on the gain control. So I've got the gain set to 12 o'clock, and the body control is off at this point. Now I'll engage that control. Basically what we have there is a low frequency boost. Everything below about 120 Hertz is being boosted when you engage that. Now because we're pushing that low end, we're also hitting the amplifier harder, so we get a bit of an apparent overdrive boost as well. When we pull up on the treble control, we engage a brightness circuit. So here's with that switch off and the body switch off. Now I'll engage the bright switch. If you've got a dark sounding guitar or you really want to add some sparkle, that's a great feature on this amplifier. In addition to the brightness and body functions, we also have built-in boost in the custom amplifier. So I'm going to turn that on for you now, and that gives us 20 dB of level boost. Really pushes up the gain and pushes us into that high gain territory. So here's without it on, with the gain control set to 12 o'clock. Really kicks up the sustain, adds a lot of nice gain to the signal. It's a fat, round, singing tone. Now we can use that in conjunction with the body control to really get a thick sound. Tons of sustain there, lots and lots of gain, but it's a very smooth sound, very easy to play, and it's not overly fuzzy. It's a thick, fat, rich tone. If you need even more gain, we can turn the gain control up on the amplifier. So what I'm going to do is turn the boost off and turn the body function off, just so you can listen to how much gain is available just using the gain control. Here we are at 12 o'clock. And here we are all the way up. Now adding the body function. And now adding the boost. If you're looking for an amplifier that can deliver thick, rich lead tones as well as crunching rhythms, has the versatility of that foot-switchable boost, the ability to bunch up the bottom end, be able to add that chiming top end, the Custom, with the addition of the effects loop, is an extremely versatile choice. I hope you've enjoyed this look at the Astoria series amplifiers from Marshall. I'm really excited about these amplifiers. They're so dynamic, they feel great to play, very versatile. If you want a clean platform that you can punch up into some really crunchy rhythms, then the Classic is a great choice. If you need a versatile, more higher gain amplifier for modern rock styles, the Custom is a great choice. And if you need a combination of both, check out the Dual. The entire Astoria series is handmade in England. They really are great boutique amplifiers. Thanks for joining me for Sweetwater's Guitars and Gear. Be sure to tune in next time. We'll have more guitars, more amps, more effects, and we'll be making lots of music. I'm Mitch Gallagher.